Whatever your political leanings are, you very likely have heard some statements lately from some pretty high-profile men about the role of postmenopausal women. Speaking as a postmenopausal woman, I happen to have a few thoughts on this topic. Now, in case you've been under a rock, someone high-profile recently agreed with a commenter's statement about the fact that he thought the role of the postmenopausal women is to help raise their grandchildren. I happen to disagree with that statement. I feel like your role as a postmenopausal woman, an older woman in life, your role is whatever you decide you want it to be. Now, props to all the grandmothers out there. Now, I don't have any grandchildren of my own yet, but I have friends who have grandchildren, and I've seen how much they love and adore them and enjoy spending time with them, and kudos to them. That is exactly what we should be doing. I have wonderful memories of spending time with my own Nana, who I thought was the best grandmother in the entire world. But like I stated previously, I happen to believe that your role in life as an older woman is whatever you decide you want it to be. Especially once child-rearing years are over, if you chose to go that route, then your next steps are up to you, what you determine you want to do with the rest part of your life and how you want to spend your time. In my opinion, and this is my opinion only, the postmenopausal and older years are a perfect time to do many things. For example, the postmenopausal and older years are the perfect time to learn more and then to share those things that you've learned, share that wisdom that you've gained with others around you who need the lessons that you can share. It's also a perfect time to hone new talents and new skills. This is a great time to explore some things that maybe you have been interested in but never had the time before. This is the time to learn about those new things and to give them a shot. Your older years are also the perfect time to take up a new hobby or a new interest. You finally have time now that your kids are grown. You now may have retired from your full-time job outside the home, and this is an ideal time to take up some of those things that you've thought about, whether it be drawing, painting, playing a musical instrument, writing, whatever it be. This is a perfect time now to indulge yourself in those interests and in those hobbies. This is also a great time to revisit old hobbies and interests that you may have had to put aside because you were so busy in your younger years raising family and doing things, taking care of your job outside the home, taking care of the home. All of those things may have left you with very little time. Now you've got it, and it's yours to choose how you want to spend it. The older years are also a great time to practice acceptance, not only of yourself by forgiving yourself of past mistakes that you feel you may have made or things that you feel are flaws about you, but also it's a great time to practice acceptance towards other people. Give them the same kind of acceptance that you want them to give back to you. Your older years are also a perfect time to, pardon me if you think this is too graphic or not appropriate, but they're the perfect time to pull any sticks that might have been up your behind out so that you can become non-judgmental and set those things aside. This was something I struggled with for a long time, but sometimes taking the stick out makes life feel a whole lot better. These older years are also a perfect time to practice being kind to all living things, human and animal alike. This is also the perfect time to learn about the rest of the world. We're not the only ones that inhabit this world. There are people in other countries and other cultures, and this is a great time to learn about this world that we all share so that we can work to become more accepting. It's also the perfect time, if your health is still good, to travel and to see new places. Go to places that you've only seen in magazines or on TV documentaries. If you've got the opportunity to go and see and experience those things, do it. It's a perfect time to do that. And then come home and share it with the rest of us. This is also a time when you have the opportunity to make friends outside of what would be your normal social circle. The opening up of the internet has allowed us to meet people from all parts of the country and all parts of the world. To be honest, several of my very best friends these days are people that I've never met in real life, but that I talk to frequently online, and that we have things in common. We have shared interest. And so, like I said, this is a perfect time to expand your social circle to include new people. These are also the ideal years to practice forgiveness and tolerance. We want other people to be tolerant of our mistakes and our flaws and our misdeeds, and we want to extend that to other people. Practicing that tolerance and forgiveness makes us feel healthier and happier. Also, when else are you ever going to have time to explore things that you may have ignored? There may have been things back in your younger years that you were interested in that you thought that I'll get to that one of these days. Well, guess what? One of these days is here. This may be the time to explore new avenues for earning income. It may be the time for you to explore new avenues to make yourself a better person, to work towards your personal development and becoming the best version of yourself that you're capable of being. It's also the time to do that big thing that you've always wanted to do, whether it was to change jobs, work for a nonprofit organization, write a book, start your own business, travel the world, open a lemonade shop, whatever it is that you have always wanted to do, now is the time for you to do it. After all, if not now, when? It also, to be real honest, is the time for us to get our affairs in order. After all, we're not gone yet, but one of these days all of us will be gone, and anything we can do now to get our affairs in order will make things easier on our loved ones when the time comes. So approach it not with a morbid mindset about, oh my gosh, this is ghoulish, but approach it with a helpful mindset of this is something I am doing out of love and concern for the people who will be left behind me to make things much easier for them. And along those lines, this is the ideal time to clean up any messes you've made. Now, we make all kinds of messes in our life. We may have physical messes in our homes, in the garage, in the attic, in the basement, and the storage bins, and all those places. We may have messes there that it's time to start going through, cleaning up, making that easier, engaging in Swedish death cleaning. If you've ever read that book, that's a good one that I suggest. But now's the great time to start cleaning up any of those physical messes, but it's also the time to clean up any interpersonal messes that may be hanging around out there. If there's someone that you need to say you're sorry to, if there's someone that you need to have a heart-to-heart conversation about an incident in the past, this is the time to do it. In other words, this is the perfect time to make amends and clean up all kinds of messes, be they relational, emotional, mental, or physical. As older women also, we have earned the right, and we also have the need, to rest when our body tells us to. There is no sin in taking a nap. There is nothing wrong. In fact, there's not only nothing wrong, there is something very right with listening to your body. And when it says it's tired, honoring that, laying down for a little while, take a nap or just take a quick rest, but whatever it is, listen to your body so that you can be as rested physically and mentally and emotionally as you can. All those naps that we missed when we were younger, now's a good time for us to catch up on those. These years are also a great time to engage in self-reflection, to look back at the past, to think about the things that we are proud of, the things that we feel that we have done well, and to celebrate those. And it's also a time to look back at relationships, jobs, other things, to examine our life and to decide what we are happy about, what things we would, maybe we can't change the past, but what things we would like to change going forward. We really don't make changes going forward unless we have spent some time reflecting upon the past and consciously made a decision as to what it is we choose to change going forward. Now's also the time to encourage others. And people need encouragement in lots of different ways. Sometimes they simply need a pat on the back, or an encouraging word, or a "atta girl, you can do it," or "what an awesome job you did." Sometimes they need more than that. They may need a real shoulder, someone to listen to them, to listen to their problems. They may or may not need someone to offer them possible solutions. But this is a great time to encourage others. You have been through so many of the experiences and other things that someone else may be going through, that they could use your wisdom and your insight as to how to help them best. So this is a great time for you to encourage others who may have been in similar situations or who can use the wisdom that you have to share. This is also the ideal time to lean into relationships. After all, when we are gone, all that's left of us is the memories that other people have of us. And yes, that means if you've got grandkids, love them, spend time with them, enjoy the heck out of them, spoil them rotten, and then send them home to their parents. But engage with them and in that role in whatever way you decide is most appropriate for you. It's not up to somebody else to tell you what your role is as a postmenopausal woman. As an older woman, you finally have time and opportunities that you did not have when you were younger. It's not up to someone else to tell you how to spend your time. Make conscious choices for yourself, lean into them, embrace them, and then just enjoy your absolute best life. You have certainly earned it.